I have this old electric longboard that's just been sitting in my garage. This used to be an electric longboard. The deck started to snap, so I've been trying to find different types of decks for it to make it work again, and I never really found anything, so it just sat in the garage in a corner for a couple years. So I'm gonna give it a little bit more life and convert this into an electric mini go-kart. I have the remote right here. It's not fully charged, but everything seems to work and all the pieces are here. So I'm gonna strip everything down and probably just build this out of wood. I don't wanna spend too much money on this. I have a little bit of an idea for the steering mechanism, but we're gonna save that till a little later on. So let's go ahead and get everything stripped off of here and just get this down to its parts. All right, so that was the last bolt there, and this should just come off, dang, pretty easily like that. After taking all the bolts and nuts off, these are pretty rusted and I may wanna reuse them for this build. So all I'm going to do is use this Evapo-Rust and let this sit for maybe an hour or so, just until I finish building the base. And in the meantime, I'll let these soak and hopefully all the rust should be taken care of by then. Okay, let me give you guys a quick rundown of what I plan on doing for the steering mechanism. So if this is my skateboard right here, here are the little trucks, the wheels, right? And of course this is the platform right here. If I were to hang off a piece of wood at an angle on both directions here, of course I'll secure it in place somehow, maybe some more wood. Of course the answer here is just going to be wood for everything. I'll hang off of this angled piece here some caster wheels right here and right here that are not touching the ground. So if this is the ground level here, that way I can use the trucks of the skateboard to actually steer. So I want this to be kind of a lean to steer mechanism, so that if I were to steer either left or right, the caster wheels right here will make contact with the ground and put a max limit on the tilt angle. At least that's what I'm hoping will happen. It could go catastrophically wrong, I don't know yet, but we're gonna find out. All right, I have the battery plugged in and it's hooked up to the charger and it looks like it's working, so we are good to go. Now for the base, I did plan on cutting it out of like a half sheet of plywood, but I don't feel like measuring things out and doing that. I found this 3/4 inch plank. I mean, this should be a good size for everything. I mean, if I'm sitting way back here, maybe I'll extend the spot for the legs a little bit, but I feel like something like this would be pretty funny. Yeah, I like this. We're gonna start with this guy. Let me go ahead and mount the trucks to this board, and then we'll start building it out from here and seeing what else we need. Just gotta get all these screws out from the rust mixture. Now I know what you guys are probably gonna say in the comments. Oh, you shouldn't touch that stuff. It's not good for you, blah, 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 blah. This stuff is non-toxic. It says it right here. Safe on the skin and eyes. It's fine. You could drink this stuff. Please don't drink this stuff. 100,000 views, I will take a sip. I'm kidding. Now we have the trucks attached and they should be pretty good. Awesome. So that's the base of the cart right there. Obviously, I still need to mount the control panel at the very bottom here and figure out where the battery is going to go. Okay, I'll be honest here. It's been a couple weeks since I've actually worked on the go-kart. Reason being is I wasn't completely sold on the whole turning mechanism, just the idea of having the side wheels kind of just floating there, and then as you kind of lean it stabilizes. I'd prefer if the wheels were constantly touching the ground to stabilize the cart, especially at high speeds, to kind of avoid those speed wobbles as you kind of get with skateboards. So I have a new idea. I went ahead and purchased a whole bunch of different types of hardware from Home Depot and some aluminum channel here. So the idea is I'm going to cut this down into maybe 1-foot sections and kind of just make a control arm for the go-kart. Just need 4 more of these guys. Okay, next up I'm gonna have to drill some little pilot holes for these bolts to go through. and we're just going to try to bolt it to the L brackets. Ideally, to get the holes exactly perfect in every single piece of this channel material, ideally I would use a drill press. Unfortunately, I don't have one, but I do have a little bit of ingenuity. So I put this together really quick. It's just a little jig with some scrap wood and some brad nails, and this should allow me to slide in a piece of channel right in between here, and I screwed on this little handheld press. Should allow me to get nice, repeatable center punch holes. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to cut all the aluminum channel down to exactly the right size, as you can see here. But that's okay. As long as the spacing of the holes is all equal throughout each piece, it shouldn't really matter. It should operate the same way. So the way I'm going to do that is just butt up all the pieces flat up against one corner here, or one side. And then I've marked a 1/2 inch in on one of the channels. And what I'll do is I'll just line up this square along that marking. Make sure everything is lined up like this. And just go ahead and mark all the pieces at the same distance there. And go ahead and mark that out as well here. Okay. So that should ensure that all the holes are spaced out perfectly apart. Now that all the aluminum is marked, I can go ahead and just line up the drill bit with the line here. And as soon as it's lined up, I can go ahead and drill them all out. Alright, there we go. Nice and clean. It's probably the best metalwork I've ever done. Mainly because I never do metalwork, but it's not too bad. Alright, we're going to go ahead and bolt these to the L brackets and just see how they kind of operate here. What am I doing? Oh. That should do it. All right. So, as we can see here, here's the arm, and it stays relatively parallel with the ground, which is exactly what I'm looking for here. So it's the next day, and let me show you guys what I did here. So I've gone ahead and attached the other arm. Now, before I go ahead and secure this L bracket to the end of this arm here, I did also pick up some of these springs. So my hope is that if I attach the spring from this far corner here, all the way up until this top corner, that should help drive this whole mechanism down into the ground, which is what I want, of course. I don't want this arm to just be floating here indefinitely. I need some force on it to keep it down. So hopefully that's what that spring will do. I'm gonna go ahead and just bolt everything together and see how it works. I did have to buy a bit more hardware just to finally complete both of the arms here, but now check this out. So if the arm comes up, it gets forced down into the ground because of this spring here. I went ahead and just attached these old penny board trucks as the balancing wheels on either side, and I just used a scrap piece of wood to mount it. So the wood is bolted straight to the L bracket, and then the trucks are screwed to this piece of wood. I don't know how long this will hold up, but I'm gonna try it out and see if anything I can replace it with a piece of metal or something eventually. Okay, I went ahead and mounted the control board to the bottom of the board. Now I want to see the best positioning for the chair, so I'm gonna move this down onto the ground and see which direction the chair should face. So let's figure that out. Let's see if I can sit in it like this, and this is bolted down. This might work as well here, but I kind of like this a little more, having these arms to the front. So you can kind of see the lean to steer mechanism working already like that, just to help stabilize the board. All right, I like this. Oh, we're already moving forward. Alright, so right behind the seat here, there is this cool little pouch that I can put something in, and luckily, I think I can just slip the battery back here into this pouch, and that should be okay. I'll secure it. I'll probably just tie some zip ties around this hole here and the netting to make sure it doesn't fall out. But other than that should be good. I am going to cut a little hole in the net just to pass the XT60 connector through to connect the battery up to everything. And we should be good to go. So let's do that. We got the seat on it, and I don't know where to really put my legs right now, but I guess right here should be fine. Yeah, should be okay. If I go forward, oh. Now, okay, so the front wheels are slipping. These are the drive wheels because I did flip the seat around. So I'm not getting very much weight in the front to get good traction, but then again, I am on the garage floor and it's a bit slippery. So hopefully I'll get more traction on asphalt. If not, I will probably have to swap these wheels around, put the drive wheels in the back. But for now, it's working. Got my headlight with me too. Oh god. Alright, first test. Let's see. I have nowhere to put my legs just yet either.
I was gonna say, where do you put your feet?
I was gonna think of just extending this out a bit and like putting a little rest, but for now, let's just make sure this thing works. Alright, wish me luck. Needs to be tighter. Alright, test number 2. Okay, we're going 16, pick it up a bit, a little bit of speed wobble, not too bad. Ooh. Okay, let's try to lean to steer. I'm going to try to lean left, not bad, try to lean right, not bad. Yeah, I think all that's missing are some grab handles and a place to actually rest my feet, and it should be good to go. Okay, I don't know what the heck happened, but it just died on me. That was not a bad first run at all. Okay. I'm just a little sketchy at high speed still. But I think if I tighten up the trucks, help stabilize it a bit more, it should be good. Hey, so I mean, it's done. Finally. There's a couple things you might have noticed that look a little different. I went ahead and just flipped the seat around so the control arms are now towards the back of the go-kart. This kind of just helped, I think, stabilize it a little bit more. And that also helped by switching the drive wheels to the back as well to actually put weight on them so I can get proper traction from those drive wheels. I did end up adding these small caster wheels towards the very bottom of the seat here. They are not touching the ground. So my original idea is still in play here. These do act as a hard stop, so if I lean a little bit too far, those should make contact with the ground and prevent me from toppling, hopefully. I went ahead and just extended the seat platform so that I can attach these grab handles to the very side. This helps out quite a bit. I can actually hold on to it and just pitch into a turn by pulling up on one of the arms or pushing down. Pretty helpful, and finally added somewhere to rest my feet. Just a couple pieces of scrap wood. It should be plenty strong. I'm not putting any weight on this or standing on this. It's literally just to rest my feet on, so it should be pretty much good to go. So the last thing to do, I think, is just to test it. It's gonna be the first official test with all the new modifications. So we're just gonna go ahead and take it down this road here. Nice and slow. Stable at this speed. Not too bad. Not many speed wobbles. Let me bring it up a little bit. Alright. There's a wobble, but I think I can correct it. Oh my god, this is awesome. A pretty large turning radius, but not bad. braking's still a little sketch, just because I'm using the regenerative braking on the skateboard. But it's pretty awesome. It's pretty stable. Not good. Not a little bumpy. Woo! And it's self-corrected. Braking is still a little sketch. But look at this. Look at this. Look at this turn. That's a turn right there. Big truck coming. I'm going to steer to the side. This is going to be another test, but with this speedometer app, just to see how fast we can actually get it to go. Let's see. Put this in my pocket. Not bad. Let's see what our top speed was. 2.2. Okay, that's not right. I'm going to try to keep the screen on this time. That way it can actually record. Hopefully my phone doesn't fall out of my pocket. Let's see here. We're on about 75% of the battery. So maybe at full charge it would go a little faster. I'm going to check my top speed now. Let's see here. Top speed 23.3. Not bad. I think I can probably hit 25 if the battery is fully charged. But 23.3 miles per hour. Alright. Another test. Let's do it. Top speed run. Top speed run. Let's go. Okay. Again, very stable. Not bad whatsoever. I'm going to try to slow it down a tad bit, and we're going to make a turn right here, if we can here. If we can. I'm eating this microphone. No, 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 no. Okay, well, let's see the top speed run here. Top speed 23.9. Alright, a little faster. We'll say 24. Not bad.
Not again.
Same thing keeps happening, man.
Oh my god.
How'd it look?
I mean, it looked fine. It's just like, we were like, huh, took him really long to get here. Did he get decimated by that truck that just turned it? And then...
No, so this happened the first time I tested it too.
Yeah.
The battery, when it's fully charged and you go to use the regenerative braking, when it puts too much current back into the battery, it shuts itself off.
Interesting.
I think to prevent it from damaging the cell or something. I don't remember the board doing that when it was a skateboard.
Yeah.
But I think that's what's happening. So every time now, I just unplug the battery. I'm gonna let it like reset itself. I'll plug it back in and we'll try it again. I'll go easy on the regen and braking.
Gotcha.
You know, but not a bad run. Ah.
Poor thing.
I was literally eating the mic the whole time. This was like in my mouth.
Oh my
god. Yeah. Alright, should be good to go. I will I'll see you guys. Car?
I'm trying to figure out what that is, but...
It's a little like electric longboard. I just strapped a seat to it, added some extra wheels.
So the battery pack's on the back of the seat?
Yep, right here.
Does it work pretty well?
Lean to steer. I'm doing the testing right now.
I see you have training wheels on there.
Pretty much. These are like, yeah, just in case they touch the ground, stops the lean, you know?
Yeah,
But it's more of a lean to steer mechanism.
Yeah, I mean, pretty adventurous.
Yeah, thanks. got a little bit of an issue. Got a screw in the tire. That's jammed in there. Oh hey, just saw my cool new mini electric go-kart. This thing's pretty awesome. You know, did a couple tests on it. It is pretty stable at higher speeds. A little bit of wobble, but it kind of corrects itself. I think these control arms do a great job at that, of putting pressure on the ground and helping stabilize me. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions on any other mods or things I should do to this to make it faster or any cooler, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. And as always, thanks for watching.